Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with our Narrative Pro series with melee weapons. Um, so, we're going to go ahead and create the narrative weapon today. Oh, well, obviously, we're doing it all today, but in this episode. And uh, like I said earlier in the past couple of episodes, at some point I said that this system is built for optimization, not convenience. And this is where it's really going to show because uh, we need at least two actors, two blueprints rather, not necessarily actors, in order to make everything work as it should. So that's what we need to do. And I practice a bunch of methods that everyone else really should be. What I mean is, I have here a two-handed sword base, um, which is a child of two-handed, which is a child of melee. I like doing the parent-child thing, so that's what I'm going to be doing here. Um, and I'm letting you know this because that's why I'm going to be looking for this. Now, for me, I have them right here. Really cool tool that I've shown off in a past video. Plugin called Zomg, ZOMG, that allows you to set up your own classes for all of this. So that's why I'm able to find my two-handed sword right here to immediately create a child. So I'm going to call this BP underscore. Um, what did I call the axe? We're going to call this basic sword 01. I think that's all I did. No. Great sword 01. There we go. We'll hit enter. There we go. Now let's open it up. And you're going to see this right here. Giant empty field of nothing. And that's because this is just holding, this is for data. This is extremely important. This is where we will be putting the attack combos. Now note, this might change when they update to 2.2. We might have different data assets or something. Not 100% sure. There's many ways to do this that are correct. This trace data isn't used anymore. You can ignore it. Uh, that just shows you that there were changes made because it did used to use sockets to trace for the information before they went to physical materials or to the physical assets. So you can ignore trace data. So, but what we need to do is we are going to need to set all of this up how we need it. So I'm going to make this a little easier on myself. Place that there, and that there. That way you can go ahead if you wish. It's completely up to you. Now, the first thing that we will be messing with, what it looks like here, is the FX audio. And of course, it doesn't look like everything is in order. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we'll be getting to the ability soon enough. We need to choose the equipable slot. This is a two-handed sword. I only chose back for my one-handed axe because that's the animation I have. So we want to come here, look for, we're automatically in the equipment dot slot. So we just need weapon. For now, there's just back and hip. You can always create more, and we'll definitely be going over that when we get to the attaching to the mesh part. So we're going to select back because for me, back works. The next thing we want to do is, I'm not 100% sure why it's set this way, but pawn follows control rotation, pawn orient rotation to movement. These are set differently. I haven't played with them. I was just following the sword, and I'm just trying to help you guys get everything working. I encourage you to play around with all this stuff to find out what can be different. The next thing is abilities. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to look for GA underscore attack combo melee. Now, this may be different. It may still be called combo melee. They may have a different ability when the next update comes out. We're not going to know until that happens. If it does, I'll make sure I do a video showing the changes and what you need to do. You don't have to stress over that. And ideally, the smart thing to do is, because this is also used in the axe, it's used for all of the melee weapons. I really should set this part up in the parent for all the melee, and I will in a off video. I'm not going to waste your guys' time here. I'm just explaining intellectually. That's what you should probably do. Now then, we need one more ability for block. Now, block has been disabled for the time being. I can't find any references to it, and it just simply it was buggy to begin with, and it until they fix it, which is likely going to be in the next update, there is no blocking, and I'm sorry about that. It's just how it's going to be for now. The next thing we want to do is we need to set the hand. These two bones need to be set properly. Now, I need to warn you guys because it crashes hard. They're aware, bug report is out on it. Generally speaking, for attaching things to bones, sockets also work. With that said, the weapon visual attach bone, so when it's in your hand, for now, has to be a bone. It can be any bone that's actually on the skeleton, but it has to be a bone. If you do a socket, you'll be able to unholster it. It'll be in your hands. But the second you attack, the system crashes. The whole engine crashes. You get a crash report. So keep it as a bone for now. Again, if that changes in the future update, I will let you know. As far as this goes, it can be a socket, it can be a bone, it can be whatever you want it to be. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to copy and paste because that's easier for me. But because I'm doing a two-handed weapon, and it's going to be on the back, we want socket underscore holster underscore back. For now, we're going to leave the visual offsets alone because right now there's nothing we can currently do until we get to the skeleton. So we'll be coming back to these in the next episode. For the widget crosshair, they just have the default one, so we're just going to keep it default. Attack damage, just for now, I'm just putting it at generalized 30. I don't think I changed. We got this too. So the item, pickup mesh, we definitely have one. So let me go over here. We're in the basic sword. Yeah, we'll do it from here. And that sword will go in the pickup mesh. There we go. Place that back. Right now there's no use sound. Basic two-handed sword. Super basic. Super dull. But it gets the job done. There we go. don't have a thumbnail for it. As you can see, I just took a screenshot for this one. I have a plugin for creating thumbnails. I just didn't want to do it for the sake of these videos. So we're just going to pick an image. We're going to pick the silly green face. That way we can see it in the inventory and whatnot. Compile and save. And I do believe that that is it for this particular actor outside of the weapon visual class, which we need to do now. As you can see right now, it's set to none. We need to make it. So, open this up. BP weapon visual melee is what it is. So I'm going to right click on here, go to blueprints, search for visual, weapon visual here, and we want the BP underscore weapon visual melee. We're going to hit select. And now we're going to go with BP underscore great, no, basic great sword visual 01. Cool. Where did it go? There it is. Yep, that's what I did. So now let's open it up. Move you right there. Put this back. And we will drag this over. We're not doing anything with the executes. Literally everything that is closed, I haven't messed with. I don't even know how to trigger the executions yet. Haven't played with that. So for now, again, we're just getting the basics ready and the basics done. So I have default and actor tick minimized, FX audio. This is removed, so we will clear it. Base hit audio. That's bash hit. Okay. Now then for this one here, there isn't anything in there. We will get them. There we go. So as you can see, the impact audio, they have the basics for us. This is something that I would have to show you how to use down the road. And what I mean by that is this is determining how the impact noise will be on what's being hit. So if you add another one for metal, you would want to have the impact audio be different. And for that, we would need to do some changes in the project settings, things that we're not going over in this episode. But yeah, that's generally how you do it. Once I start messing with that stuff, that's when I will go ahead and do that. The next thing here is Niagara. I have minimized. This is obviously where you can set up some of your Niagara stuff, but the way right now that things are set up is he actually Reubs has it show activating in the animation montage. Now then for animations, we can, so holster montage, unholster montage, these are gone. I don't know why they're here. Well, never mind, I do know why they're here. They're deprecated is what I should say. We should expect these to disappear in a future update. Because we're going to 1P and 3P, so first person and third person. Very, very convenient for us. That way we can make a decision. We will be changing these in a future episode because right now we're just trying to get everything set up. So expect these to be changed probably in the next episode or the episode after that. So next we're going to scroll on down here. You're not going to see this right now. And that's because at the moment, we have the whole thing open. Because, open full blueprint editor. we're not going to see it. So if I were to close it and reopen it, then it would show this section for me. But don't be afraid, it's right here. This is the exact same thing. If we come down here to collisions, you'll see that the collisions are identical. So it's the exact same thing. So let's come back up here. We need to get our skeletal mesh. So we need to get our axe, or not our axe, our sword here. And there we go. That is connected as well. So compile and save. And we're going to come back to our basic greatsword. Make sure we have our visuals selected. That way when we come over here to the weapon visual class, there we go. It is now all connected and ready for us to put on our backs and in our hands. So thank you guys so much for watching. We have 2 more episodes to go. And then after that, we will be able to confirm it all works. Thank you guys again for watching. See you later.